Um, and then I'm speaking about looks maxing on a big projector. Ideal.
Projector.
Ideal. But anyway, guys, we're going to be talking to some viewers, doing some one-on-one calls, and Mog from there. So let's see what's going on.
Well, this is it. DJ Clav, not DJ, sorry, Dr. Clav is back.
Any schools in Jersey?
What's up with this guy's volume,
I had a
bro?
dream about you inspecting me on the table.
What the hell?
Oh, that's interesting, pal. But all right, why don't we drag in the first guy? Did you already vet these people?
Vet them? What does that mean?
All
right, guys, just quickly before we get too deep in the video, I'm just trying to hit 100 subscribers, okay? I'm on 30 subscribers. I'm just trying to hit 100. Please subscribe. If you subscribe, I'll literally come and give you head.
What's going on? How you doing?
This guy wants looks maxing advice.
Hello? Hello?
Great. Average
all right.
Reddit user.
Next guy.
Average forums user.
Next guy.
Average looks maxer.
W, shout out to Delmo. Camera on, pal. Guys, you have to put your camera on as soon as you join.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Camera on, please.
Please put your webcam on.
My webcam isn't, I don't have a webcam, I'm sorry.
Leave.
So how exactly do you expect me to give you
Nice to
looks
meet you.
maxing advice if I can't see
What'd
your
you say?
face?
No, I just wanted to ask you a question.
You wanted to ask me a question? Go for it.
So, would you recommend for like eyebrow growth, would you recommend oral minoxidil or topical?
I'm a little bit more cautious to recommend oral minoxidil to females. You know, obviously being super hairy is something that's going to be out of the ideal. But you really can get pretty profound results with doing something like a dermapen in conjunction with
he's right.
the topical minoxidil.
Do that.
So I'd start there. You could fill in your eyebrows more with a microbrow pencil, and that's going to make maintaining all the things like, you know, your armpit hair and shaving a lot more, or a lot less of a burden, rather.
Yeah, I agree, because I was nervous to get on oral because of like the excess hair growth, but
Okay.
might do topical. But that's all I had to say, Clav. It was really nice to meet you. Thank you.
Great to meet you too. Take care.
Bye.
Average void.
Alrighty, next guest. Camera on.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Give 1 second, my camera is kind of like, okay, hi Clav. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hi Clav.
How are you?
What's up, Clav? Okay. Questions, right. What do I like need done in general?
A whole reset.
Well, you're someone who's already got a bit shorter of a total facial width to height ratio. So having a lot of volume on the sides of your skull is not going to make your skull perceived as ideal, right? So I would kind of taper that in a little bit. It looks like your glasses are kind of supporting some of the width, so that's a bit problematic. Also, let's see how you look without your glasses.
Yes.
It's a little laggy.
Honestly, better.
But I would.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi's really bad.
Yeah, Wi-Fi's a little bad. But I would say that the frames of the glasses are a little bit too big for your face.
Yeah,
so
well,
maybe
context.
something a little bit smaller, maybe a circular lens frame would be much better for you.
All right. One more question. Do you like my watch?
Yeah,
Is
very
it tough?
nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Clav. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Have a good day.
All right, bye, Clav.
All right, bye.
You too, Clav. Bye.
All right, so 2 women in a row. What's this?
Anyway, guys, let's see. Next, yep. Let's see. Camera on. Put the camera on.
Oh, I can barely hear you.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Okay, he's got changed skin color.
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm chilling.
Skin color, Max.
Wait, or
Sorry, repeat yourself?
am I talking to Clav right now, or?
Yeah, you're talking to me.
Oh, you sound way different. Hello.
Yeah, it's a different microphone, but I can see you and it's on the show, but the way our camera's set up, I don't think you could see me. But regardless, so let's talk about some looks maxing. Did you have any questions, or did you just want me to sort of get into it a little bit?
Yeah. So like with looks maxing, right?
Yep.
Does it help you enough to like where you get in bed and your meat isn't like big enough? No troll.
What's that?
Does that change anything? Like with looks maxing, right? Like say
What?
you, for example, like you took all that time to do this and everything with your face. Did it matter in bed or anything? Like did girls care, or like they really just like,
What?
Did girls care? Yeah, of course. You know, once you get better looking, your life is going to drastically change in every single perceivable way. Whether that be you going in for different job opportunities, or going to talking to girls, to the most simple micro interaction that happens
He's
on
right,
the street.
though. He's right.
Right? So,
It's a
so
fact.
that
It's brutal, but it's
being
true.
so profound should really encourage everyone to looks max. I really can't see a reality where I wouldn't make this one of my top priorities. That's not to say that all these other characteristics like being super charismatic and intelligent, and having a lot of life experience aren't extremely important, but they're all things that could be accomplished at the same time. So that's why. And why did we get a
Nice.
kick? Why is it a warning? It says, Brock.
Apple.
Yeah. Look at the chat. You have to make sure multi-streaming is that you said it.
What warning? I'm so confused.
Not you, nigga.
But does that make sense?
Wait, were you talking to me about a warning?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that makes sense. Your whole speech, yeah, I was just,
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Do you have any other questions for me?
like, cause I was gonna ask a question like, how can I fix it myself? But you're gonna tell me that right now, right?
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
All right.
So one of the most immediate concerns for your case would just be your body fat
Losing
percentage,
weight,
right?
yeah,
So
bro.
obviously it's a little bit out of the ideal. Nothing too much to be concerned by, and very fixable with today's technology. We have GLP-1s. But how old are you, boss?
20.
Okay, so you're
not
20
bad.
years old, and you got a Crunch Fitness shirt on. I don't really think it's necessarily, going to be the most difficult thing for you to get to an ideal body fat without GLP-1s. So I would try your luck there. I wouldn't just immediately use it as a crutch and start down regulating your receptors,
Sorry
because
to
that's
cut you off. Wait, what's receptors? Wait, what?
so
Do your research, nigga.
receptors are what these different things agonize to achieve their effects, right? So with Retta, it's a GLP-1 receptor agonist. So a lot of drugs fall within that category of being receptor agonists
Did that
to
guy
achieve
leave?
their result. So every time you agonize a receptor, though, it starts to downregulate. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I'm picking up what
So
you're putting down.
basically, the more times you use one of these receptors in your body, the more times you target it. It's sort of like driving a car. The more miles you put on it, the faster it goes to shit.
Oh, wait, so what was I gonna ask?
What's that?
Wait, so the only thing you're telling me is just to like lose body fat? That's it? That's all I gotta work on?
I think really,
I
yeah.
would say that's certainly a good place to start. But would you stand a little bit closer to the camera?
Maybe like
Um,
haircut.
Okay, so another phalo of yours would be the chin height, right? The chin to philtrum ratio. I don't know if you know what a philtrum is, but that's the distance between your upper lip and your columella, which is a part of your nose. So that's supposed to be about 1 to 2.75. And it looks like for you, we're probably looking about 1 to 2 or 1 point. Yeah, so somewhere around that. So
Bro just called him
the
a
chin
monkey.
needs to get a little taller. And what you could do is obviously get these, there are crazy surgeries out there, like downward genio. But I'm simply suggesting to you to start off, you could grow out that facial hair a little bit to create a little bit more of a perceived tall chin and take it from there.
So that's it. You're saying I'm handsome right now, I just need a little work.
What's up?
So basically I'm handsome right now, I just need a little work with the body fat and then
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not really what he said, but
It's
yeah.
really simple stuff. But the good thing for your case is in
You're black.
2025, not many people are really doing a whole lot for their looks. So if you just put in that little bit of effort, you can really outshine people and have good results.
And maybe stop dancing around.
So I look
and
better than
bending
Cuban
over.
Tarzan?
Than Cuban Tarzan?
Yeah.
But why does it matter? Why does it matter whether you look better than like one person out of,
Well,
the 4
because
billion men?
well, he's closer to you, right? So you're a looks maxer. So you could give him tips and stuff like
Just
that.
because I'm a
But
looks maxer doesn't mean I'm the best looking person. It's not. That's never been the claim. That I'm
He's
not
right, though.
famous because I'm the best looking person ever. I'm more so popular because I do content like this and I advise other people. Genetics are a limiting factor. I've just done my research and I'm extremely well read in this field, but that doesn't necessarily mean much.
so with the working out thing, right? Because yesterday I just started intermittent fasting, so I don't eat till
Yesterday.
like 5 o'clock. So I ate like around like an hour ago. I think I had some protein, some sweet potatoes and beef,
Okay.
and yeah. So like, would I just be fasting this whole time, or would I also be doing weights and stuff?
Well, you want to time out your carbohydrate intake typically about an hour and a half before you go to the gym. And the reason for that is it starts to take, I don't know if that's you playing music or is that something in my
I'm just
headset?
playing.
But anyway, what starts to occur is your body starts turning these carbohydrates into glucose, into
why are you doing
glycogen,
TikTok dances,
and that's
bro?
going to allow your central nervous system to recruit more motor units and activate more muscle fibers during your training.
Wait,
I kicked him. What was that?
He said,
Ban
what was
him,
that?
ban him.
Ban him. What was for doing TikTok dances? Banned
Yeah,
him.
next. Gesturing. Why is he gesturing?
He was gesturing, though, I can't lie. He was bending over, he was doing dancing,
What's up,
like
man? How are you?
pretty jester
I'm
stuff.
doing good. What about you?
I'm solid. What is
What
that?
is that song?
What is that sound?
What sound?
I can hear it too.
Yo, Brock, what is playing through my headset?
Suck
that
my
you playing
pussy
that?
song.
Nah.
It's something like it's saying like a weird song. No, what is this? I hear music.
I hear it too.
No. It's saying I don't want to say it out loud. What is that?
Let me see. I can't hear it.
No, it's TikTok gifs.
Oh shit!
Can you turn this off on my headset? Like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
I can't even think because this thing is like. Can you turn it off? God damn, it's like anime. Sorry, 1 second, boss. We'll get to you in 1 second.
It's all good.
You guys can't do anything right.
Jeez, that's pretty harsh.
Get rid of it. I can't even think. No, just mute it. Stop putting the audio through my headset.
Bro,
There's no way you can't figure out how to
they're
turn off
taking
the
the piss.
TikTok audio. There's no way you.
Nah, Clav,
It's
they're
one
violating,
button.
bro.
Kill production.
Kill Brock.
It's literally one button. Just hit mute. Yes. Hold on. I heard something for a second.
It was
All right, I don't
phone.
hear it anymore. All right, is it good? Is it off? All right, I think we're good to go. Anyway, boss, sorry about that technical difficulties. We're still new to doing this show. But anyway, let me open up your or let me pin your video. Okay, what's going on, pal? So how can I help you?
I was wondering how I can get bone growth and muscle growth.
Okay.
Eat milk.
So how old are you?
Drink eggs.
I'm 17.
So
Wait
you're
a year
still
or two.
at a very developmental part of your life. You know what that looks like for different people. It really just is going to come down to genetics and a lot of random factors. like your growth plates could still very well be open. Now, what you want to do is, first and foremost, before you get into any of these crazy looks maxes, you need to be consuming an adequate amount of micro and macronutrients, or else those growth pathways aren't going to work, right? So your myofibrillar protein synthesis needs to be maxed out by consuming 0.8 grams of protein per body weight, per pound of body weight, excuse me, as well as your MTOR, right? So you don't want to dysregulate your protein synthesis by not having enough, by doing things like drinking, which are very bad at your age. Correct. Especially. So let's dial in on those basic metrics, and then we could talk about potentially going to your doctor for a little bit of extra stuff. So the thing that I would like to recommend to you most, if you are really passionate about this, is let's do some blood work, right? Because I don't necessarily think it's even a good idea for me to say, oh, go to your doctor and see what they say about HGH, because I quite literally don't have any faith in the current medical field. I think we saw a lot of what happened on Twitter the other day, and that really calls into question
what are you talking about,
a lot of medical experts. So they might just blindly misprescribe you something. So let's take a look at that blood work. Let's see if there's any deficiencies that are leading to poor development, and take it from there. But we really just can't know until we're able to look at the biomarkers. So I would give you that generic advice to start out.
All right, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Yeah, but absolutely keep going to the gym. Every supplement that you could take that's over the counter is wonderful. So we could go through what an optimal stack looks like. But I don't really think you need to be caught up in all the craziness. That's like taking all of these HGH endogenous peptides or MK677.
This guy thinks he's Andrew Tate.
All that shit can give you a lot of issues in the long run. So
it's not even Clav.
Unless done under supervision of a doctor, who's monitoring your vitals quite carefully and your biomarkers, shouldn't be done. But anyway, Thank you, my guy.
You're welcome, bro.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in. We'll go on to the next. All right. Take care.
I legit got sour lean, bro. I make sour Skittles with my lean, bro. That shit's sour.
How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Bro, whoa.
Nothing much, dude. Having a good day. So, I have a few questions for me specifically, and then I have a few for the whole audience. First, I want to say that I just got a new job where I've been broke, but I got a job where I'll make $100,000 a year. So I'm going to be able to afford hard maxes. Thank you, sir. So I'm just wondering, like, what kind of, I know my mid region is like pretty top tier, but I know I need a genioplasty. I know I need a hair transplant, but I'm going to get like a haircut like Drago soon. But I just want to know, what hard maxes would you recommend?
Haircut now.
The hard maxes I would recommend. Well, the first thing you need to understand is about genioplasty. No one has a recessed chin. You have a recessed mandible. So if you're trying to increase that chin projection and have an ideal Ricketts E line and ideal projection, what's actually going to occur is you're going to get this thing called a mentolabial fold between your lower lip and your chin, because you haven't moved up the lower jaw, but you've moved up the chin. So that's something to certainly be concerned about. That's why I'm more of a fan of downward grafted genios. Tend to look a lot more natural, tend to give you a much better front profile without really diminishing your aesthetics in that regard with the mentolabial fold. Yeah, having your temples filled in with a hair transplant would certainly be extremely ideal.
Yes.
But are you on a hair loss prevention protocol right now?
Yes, I started taking minoxidil oral and mods.
So that's not a hair loss prevention protocol.
Okay. So sorry, I'm gonna see my doctor soon about finasteride because she won't prescribe me dutasteride.
Okay.
Who's your doctor? Not Dr. Clav.
How is that funny, bro?
No, you're right. I want
so your doctor's scoping. Your doctor's scoping.
I agree.
So it doesn't make any sense that your doctor wants to give you a suboptimal 5AR that only inhibits one type type 1 5 alpha reductase, and only about 60 to 70% of it. So let's find you a new doctor. I think a lot of telehealth providers, like I'm pretty sure you could get dutasteride on HIMS by filling out like a simple questionnaire. So that might be a lot more ideal for you.
Okay,
Nice.
I take a lot of drugs though that are prescription, so that might be a little complicated to
yeah.
switch. But my next question would be, should I not even think? I know I have a very long philtrum. Like my biggest phalos are my top third and my philtrum and my chin.
That's
Am I right? Am I missing any?
yeah. So what's good about what we talked about before with the downward grafted genios, it's actually going to fix all of those flaws, right? Because it's going to make your chin to philtrum ratio more into the ideal. And the other reason why your forehead looks so big is because of
His
uneven
hairstyle.
facial thirds, right? So if we make the lower
Yes.
third taller, it's going to kind of balance that out. And I think with the way that you have your hair now being slicked back and very revealing
Well,
of your
it's in a
hairline.
bun.
Yeah, right. But
Same thing.
regardless, it's probably not the most ideal thing that you could do.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
Concealing.
I've been broke.
You've been broke?
Yeah.
So why does that mean you can't cut your hair?
But anyway, another thing that I think is worth noting, since you're talking about doing surgeries potentially, is a rhinoplasty would certainly
Okay.
be something that'd be ideal for you. So let's see your side profile. Go a little closer to the camera. That's a little bit over rotated. Oh, well, actually,
It's not that bad.
so your nose
I have a
looks
forward maxilla too.
no, so your nose looks quite good from the side profile.
I know my side profile mugs. Sorry.
Yeah, the only problem with your nose is, it's a little
looks
bit
good like
bulbous from the
this,
front. That nasal
It's
frontal
got potential,
process
this guy,
is slightly out of the ideal if we're being super, super picky. No one is going to have a life-changing rhinoplasty in most cases, especially not you. So that's something that, is worth considering, I think, later down the line while we address the other phalos first, which is certainly the chin, which is certainly the hairline.
I wonder
Okay.
what mine would be.
Would Accutane would bring my nose down a little bit. I wanted to ask, if I take
Well,
Accutane?
hold on. Let's get into that a little bit because if your
Okay,
nose
yes, please,
isn't
doctor.
because if your nose isn't swollen from having a lot of sebaceous filaments, that's really not going to do much for you. Sure, it'll shrink
Okay.
your nose, because everyone has sebum in their pores, especially in their nose. But it's only really a huge deal for people who have super oily skin genetically, probably going through puberty at the time. I don't necessarily think that for your case it's going to do much for you.
Fair.
Okay. Oh, okay. I still think I want to take Accutane
Oh.
because I'm going to take a pretty high dose of test. I wanted to ask, is it a waste of money and time to use tretinoin while you use Accutane? Because they're both
Yes.
vitamin A.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, so you don't need to use the topical and systemic version. You're not getting any new mechanisms there, so absolutely a waste of time. And not only that, your skin barrier will go to complete shit right away. You really can't tolerate that many active ingredients, and it'll just lobster max you and make
Lobster
you
max.
look a lot worse. So definitely
That's
not.
a new one.
Okay, and how do I know, like, is there benefits to taking an aromatase inhibitor outside of gyno?
Yeah, so having a super high E2 is going to come with issues like being super lethargic is something that a lot of people, including myself, have noticed when their
Like
E2
lazy.
goes unchecked on higher doses of test and they're
Test.
aromatizing. So just
Testicle.
being kind of sluggish, tired, lazy, those things could all occur. You're also going to hold on to a little bit more water. Your body composition is going to be a little bit worse, potentially moody. So it's a spectrum, right? And you have to fall perfectly within a certain range of estrogen, or else you're going to deal with these side effects on both ends. So you could have ED
Oh no, no,
simply
no,
from
no.
having your estrogen too low, which has happened to me, and you could have ED from your estrogen being a little too high. So it really is about doing consistent blood work and figuring out a way with your doctor overseeing it to get within that ideal range.
Okay, and then I have two questions for you. That would be, why have you switched to eating less processed foods?
Because he's rich.
They're just not as satiating, really.
He's rich.
So you don't really need to eat a lot of carbohydrates besides when you're training. And I train as soon as I wake up. I'll have 150 to 200 grams of carbohydrates. I'll let that, my body convert that into glycogen, and then I'll do my workout. And after that point, there's really no necessity for eating anything but protein for the rest of the day. So that's kind of the idea there.
Yeah, I just remembered like you were really big on like clean eating as a joke. So is like that seed oils are bad, and I remember you would always be eating Burger King.
Seed
Lately,
oils
I've
aren't
seen you
bad.
eating like whole foods. So I thought like maybe you were doing that for, I don't know. So I was just curious why you were doing that. And
Yeah, so
then-
let me explain it.
Yeah, please.
So most
Please.
of the common research, or sorry, most of the mainstream research tells us that seed oils are perfectly okay, and I would agree with that. But there is definitely a lot of anecdotes out there, and I've experienced this myself, that certain foods like that can be less satiating. Eating a higher quality steak versus eating just ground beef slop from Burger King might have some different results on the body, and that's certainly worth noting.
That's correct.
But at the end of the day, it really just matters about the total macronutrients. So that's why I would meme on whole foods, is because people were thinking that they could just switch their diet to eating carnivore and grass-fed meat and then do whatever the hell they wanted for the rest of their life. But that's simply not the case at all. Calories still matter. Eating carbs before the gym still matter. So yeah, you should absolutely try to dial these things in. But at the end of the day, if your macronutrients are not dialed in first, there's really no reason to at all. So that's the idea there. And also, it's worth mentioning that eating a lot of sugary carbs is going to give you a quick spike in your IGF-1, which is like a whole meme on TikTok about people sugar for IGF-1 and bone growth.
Sugar.
It's like really sugar for acne, because that huge spike in one of your hormones, hormonal instability, it being more general, is what causes acne. So infrequently pinning testosterone also does the same thing. So just be very conscious about keeping things very stable, and consuming dairy and consuming sugar could be a contributor. It's not going to be for everyone. Certain people can tolerate both, even though they're predisposed to acne, but just worth it noting.
So
Okay.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. It sounds like maybe you're not like endorsing clean eating, but you're just trying something for yourself. Is that true?
I absolutely endorse clean eating, and
Okay.
yeah. So my recommendation is not Burger King Max if you're trying to be as healthy as possible. I'm simply saying that if you're able to somehow get your macronutrients to fall within the ideal while eating Burger King versus eating whole foods, is there going to be that much of a difference? Not really, especially not in the short run. But the average person is not me. The average person is not IRL streaming all the time, getting 10,000 plus steps a day to where they could fall within their ideal macronutrients while eating garbage.
I guess if you work a job,
people
though,
with
and you're
9
on
to
your
5
feet.
desk jobs, they eat
Yeah,
that
no.
Burger King. They're not going to be
Yeah, they
satiated. They're going to
cooked.
want to eat again, and they're going to get fat, right? So that's why my situation is quite unique. So here's the final thing I'll say about it is dial in the macronutrients first, and then let's get into the food quality. So that's kind of where I'm at now, is I'm improving the quality of my foods.
Because you have money, bro. Because
I
you're
think
rich.
that's really good advice for everyone.
Yep.
And then I had one more question that's in this sort of as far as your values. When I first started watching you, you had the worst posture ever, and you would shit on mewing. But I've noticed like your posture's better, and I sound like a dork, and you've also made comments about like having better posture. Are you starting to believe in orthotropics?
I used to shit on mewing. I think that's just that's never something I've done. what I've always
I
said
don't
about
mean to insult you. Sorry.
no, it's no worries. I'm happy to clarify. I don't take insult. I think you're being genuine. So what I've always said about mewing is, it's not going to be something that is going to radically affect your aesthetics later into your life. This is a practice that needs to be done while you're developing, and it's a good habit to have. But its effects are really going to be minimal outside of that developmental window. That's me basically saying, mewing certainly does work, and it's an absolutely good habit to have. But is mewing going to make you Chad if you've got a super recessed jaw while you're 20 years old? No, unfortunately not. So that's what I've always said about it.
That's all I have. I have a few odd questions if you want, but I think that's it, Clav.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and we're gonna get on to the next guest.
Nice.
Hey,
His
thank
fan
you.
base is so
Bye-bye.
friendly and
All
retarded.
right, thanks. Let's get the next guy in here. We'll probably do a few more of these. And
Why is he gone quiet? Well, while Clav stays quiet, guys, when I was 18, I used to do door-to-door sales for 8 months, and if you did not score in the field, you was not getting a paycheck. And I was pretty goated at it, and I feel like from doing all that is the reason that I'm such a gangster.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm on dating apps right now, looking at girls.
Yep, camera on, bro.
Until Clav comes. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
He's back. Cool.
What's
What's
going
up?
on, man? How are you?
Good. I'm searching for some tips for
Okay.
content creation.
For content creation. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. A little bit outside of what we expected
Start
to talk
fingering
about.
yourself.
But
Start an
you know,
OnlyFans.
I guess we'll try. What specifically are you talking about?
Like streaming and like normal content creation, like TikTok and like clipping for the streams and stuff.
You just have to sit there like me and do it
Um,
every day.
Maybe apply to Streamer University next year.
Oh gosh, that's
is
the
what I would say.
worst advice you could give.
And like
Oh
the normal
my
look maxing stuff, what would you advise me on?
I would say that you definitely need to create more contrast. There's really not much between the color of your hair and your super pale skin. So having a pretty nice tan
Super pale.
while taking some carotenoids to
Oh,
get your
gosh.
carotenoid access into the ideal would certainly benefit you quite a bit.
And like hard maxing surgeries?
I don't really think that you're, going to be qualified for a lot of hard maxes. I would say that the coloring is very outside of the ideal, but I wouldn't get too BPD about spamming a bunch of surgeries quite yet.
And like you see the shirt isn't really filling out. Should I like gym max or
Yes, for
What do you
sure, bro.
think? So if your arms are too small and you want muscular hypertrophy, what do you think you should do?
go to the gym?
Yes, just like me.
I don't really think you needed to come all the way out here and ask me if you should go to the gym. I think you could have answered that one yourself, right? All right, we'll go on to the next guy. Thank you so much.
What an NPC,
Thank you.
bro. What? Thanks for what?
I mean, what are these questions? All right, what are these questions? These questions are ridiculous. Cameron,
Oh, hello.
what's going on,
Good evening,
man?
sir.
How are you?
How's it going? How's it going? I'm doing good, Dr.
Bro,
Clav.
I should hop on
I
this,
just had
bro.
a couple questions for you to start off on.
Hopefully you're not
If,
coming in here
uh,
to jester.
No, absolutely not. I'm
Okay,
here to learn.
sweet.
So, yeah, first question was, what's the biggest looks maxing scam that people still believe?
The biggest looks maxing scam people believe. I'm trying to think of one of the biggest current copes, because if you asked me that last year, I could have named you a whole lot of things, but let's get into it. I would say that a lot of like the natural gym supplements would be considered cope, like your agdisterone, your testosterone, all of these testosterone boosters that you could get at CVS. That's all garbage, and that's all complete cope.
Great. So don't do gym stuff.
Like it. All right. Well, second question for you. What's the biggest lie that looks maxers usually tell you?
That genetics do not play a role in your SMV, right? And they're not going to be a
SMV
huge
is
limiting factor in your success. I
something
think
market value.
it's definitely worth acknowledging the black pill. Genetics are real, and that's super unfortunate, right? And we live in a really cruel and brutal world.
Brutal.
But it's not worth trying to beat around the bush and tell people copes and lies. It's better to face it head on and try to get everyone to ascend. But we just need to realize that someone could work and looks max their entire life, and they might not achieve even 50% of what someone who's just genetically good looking was born with.
That's completely
so they need
correct,
to be
though,
prepared
man.
for that, and people need to manage their expectations. That
Yes,
even with
managing
all of the
expectations.
most invasive surgeries, a lot of the times you really can't get from like these lower percentile looks levels up to a Chad. It's just not going to happen. So managing expectations for sure.
Managing
I like that.
expectations.
Okay, and this is
creating
a
leaders.
similar question, but what's one feature people obsess over that barely affects attractiveness?
One feature people obsess with.
Maybe the way they dress.
I would say that one of the most like copium things is people thinking that they're gonna ascend in a major way from a rhinoplasty, and that's just simply not the case unless it is like the most brutal, like first percentile nose. If you're someone with a bit of a dorsal hump, or maybe certain parts of your nose are outside the ideal, it's a little bulbous, whatever.
Bulbous.
And you think that
Bros,
getting a
naming
rhinoplasty
Pokemons.
and having the most perfect nose is going to make you, into a Chad and be this super life-changing procedure, then I got some hard news for you.
Is this his own advice
really
from
is
his
just going
botched
to
nose
be
job?
a small touch, but a lot of the times it's not even perceivable.
Wow. All right. Well, if you have time for one more question,
Go for it.
I would. Awesome. Who has an easier life, an attractive broke man or an unattractive rich man?
Richh, I think.
Easier in what context? Like,
True.
you're gonna have a much easier time on Tinder or getting one night stands at bars, but it's just like
In Miami, maybe. Yeah.
no, not in Miami. In normal cities, where the cost of living and all these expectations are a little bit more managed, the guy who's unattractive, the guy who's attractive but doesn't have a lot of money will still be able to have successes in smaller towns in most parts of America. But yeah, in Miami, if you're a guy, you can't even get into the club most of the time unless you're buying, $1,000 sections and things like that. So you just have to decide like what's important to you. Like you're gonna have an easier time, with your quality of life if you've got a lot more money. You're gonna have an easier time, going on vacation and living a more fulfilling life. But if all you care about is just getting slays, then you're gonna have an easier time as an attractive male. But I think being an attractive male is certainly a more ideal place to start from, because you
He's
can
right.
leverage that a lot more easily to get money and become wealthy than the inverse, which would be the guy who's already got a lot of money but unattractive.
Awesome. Well, yeah, you touched on everything, Dr. Clav. I really appreciate your guidance and advice today. And,
No worries,
I'm
boss.
sure I'll have more questions in the
That's
future.
a
but
guidance
thanks
and
a lot.
advice.
Yep, absolutely.
It's not that deep,
Okay.
is it?
All right, Brock, put me on full screen for a second. It's laggy. Hold on, I gotta open up my script. Okay. Near the end of Dr. Clav segment, say something like this. Honestly, all you clearly need more help, so I guess it would be a good time to tell you guys I'm dropping a program
Oh
with
my
every
gosh.
single thing I know
Everything he
completely
knows.
free.
Everything
No
he...
catch. I don't
Okay,
want
fair
your
enough.
money. I just want to see you guys ascend. Do
How
a few
kind.
more, then decide how you want to word that. Emphasis on the bottom portion. Okay. So guys, you heard it. You know, I do talk about all this stuff. I kind of compounded all my knowledge into a looks maxing.
And what are they doing for the rest of the stream?
We back? I know, but
It's not even
still
Clav,
dog
bro.
shit,
Like,
dude.
who is this? I'm just showing you guys. Look, who the hell is this guy, bro? They got flipping Mehmet.
Clav looks max you? No.
And then he starts gambling. Cool. Guys, please subscribe to Richh. Like I say, I am the only one giving daily clavicular content. Literally the only person on YouTube doing it. Like, the only one, bro. So please subscribe. See you guys next video.